Oh, hello there and welcome back. So, if you've seen our latest Instagram campaign, you already know what this video is about, but if you don't, I'll explain you super quick. So, do you like to enjoy nature? Like, go for a hike, for a walk, go for a jog, out in the open? So do I. But one problem that's happening right now is that when we go back to our daily lives, like our work, we have time for everything, we forget that our daily attitudes actually influence the natural environment directly. A clear example of this is that today, of all the waste that is produced around the world, only 35% is recycled, meaning that 65% is going to landfills and open dumps, actually ending up in water streams and going through our oceans or even polluting our lands. And actually this affects us directly, our health. Okay, so today I'm gonna give you 2 tips that are actually quite different from what you saw before in this channel. I'm gonna show how we can reduce waste with yoga. The first tip that I'm gonna give is actually very different, but it was amazing. So, I bought this beautiful, wonderful chair. You see, I love that chair. The problem is it came with a lot of packaging. So much, I was just like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with all of this? Like, I felt guilty even putting all of that to recycle. And I noticed that one of the things that came along with the chair, with the packaging of the chair, was this thin, long material that looked like a yoga mat. And I was actually needing one of those and I was like, okay. So if you're like me, you exercise once in a while. And if you're like a friend of mine, Louisa, you exercise every day. But I'm pretty sure all of us needs a yoga mat, right? Like sometimes when I do my stretchings, sometimes it's really good to just reach out your feet. But like there are a lot of exercises that I do that I actually like put my knees on the ground, and it actually hurt if you don't have nothing there like a yoga mat or something else, because like if it's wood, if it's concrete, I don't know what you have at home, but like if I don't have that, I would actually like hurt my knees, right? And there are some other stuff that I like to do, like reaching out to my feet but in the air like this. So I'm pretty sure all of us need a yoga mat. So this is one of the tips that I want to give you. Reuse the packaging and the things that you see in your daily life to actually produce something that's useful for you. Like, I've been showing this all the time in my Instagram and I'm super happy about it, like showing examples of how can we do that. And I'm gonna leave the link below, and if you want to check it out, it would be awesome and it would be great to have your opinion on it. So that's definitely my first tip. Okay, but the second tip is something that I would actually never imagine to talk about in this channel, but it's amazing. So there is a thing called facial yoga. Yes, believe me. Bruna, but why is that important? So I use a lot of cream, like lotions in my body and in my whole body, and especially in my face. And why that? Like in 2017, I moved to Denmark, and well, in Denmark, you ride bikes all the time, like all day long, everywhere you need to go, you can ride a bike. The problem is that there's a lot of wind directly in your face, and it's quite cold. So you can imagine the effect that on our skin. So I started to use a lot of lotions and cream to actually keep my, my skin looking tight. But the problem is that I was producing a lot of waste, The lotions come in plastic and I have to put that to recycle all the time. And 2 months ago, I discovered facial yoga. And I started doing it and I already saw results, and I reduced the amount of creams and lotions that I was using. Okay, but today I'm gonna show you some of the exercises that I do that are quite nice, and some are actually very funny, to help you reduce the amount of waste that you produce when you're using creams and lotions. How about that? Okay, so let's do some exercises and I'm gonna show you how simple is it, okay? So sometimes I'm gonna look at my face just to see if I'm doing it right. Cool. So the first one that I love doing is, it's very easy, is this one. So you have to count that for 30 seconds And oh yeah, I have that one. You put your fingers on your forehead and then you look up and then you count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 until 30. Cool? 2 exercises. So there's a third one that is actually I actually like that one. So you have to and you have to count to 32 because it helps tighten up the muscles of the face. Yes, that's a very important thing to say. So creams and lotions, usually they have like collagen that actually helps the skin to be tighter. But if you work out the muscles on your face, that has the same effect because you're tightening up the muscles and making your skin look nice and well treated. Okay. So after this one, there's one that you look up and then you do. Remember the posture? Let's posture. And you count to 32. To 30. To I hope you got it. It's not 32, it's like 32. Nice. Oh yeah, and always remember the posture, that's super important. And then there's the fifth one is so easy. And you do it like this, and then you look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you count to 30. There's another one which is the fish. I really like the fish. And you count to 30. Let's see. Cool. And one that I didn't show in the Portuguese video. So people, if you're watching from Brazil too, check it out. It's super good. So usually if you wear glasses, just take it out. It's easier. And because there's a lot of blood that sometimes concentrates around our eyes, that's why we have those like bags under our eyes. So you can do like tapping, gentle tapping, okay? So you do it also for 30 seconds. You do. So this one has specially helped me because I have a lot of bag under my eyes. Like I had since I was younger, so it's like a genetic thing, but it helped me a lot. So people, there you have it. So these were 7 exercises, really simple ones. You should do them daily. There was a friend of mine that asked in the other video, so it's super important that I tell you that they are daily to help tighten your skin and you reduce the amount of waste you produce. So one of the last things that I wanted to say is that sometimes people think, no, like it's actually a hindrance to take care of nature, like I have to put even more tasks in my daily life to be able to help nature in any way, and that's not true. You actually can help yourself having like better skin, use less products, which means that you're using less chemicals on your face, you're using less plastic and packaging. That actually only helps you. You would use normally, I don't know about you, but I use normally like 4 or 5 minutes a day putting on my creams and lotions. If I just started doing that on my face, I take about 4 or 5 minutes as well. And well, I'm also not spending any money on it, so saving money. So you see, you can help nature in various ways and help yourself at the same time. You see? Cool. People, next week I have an amazing interview coming along. It's gonna be in Portuguese, but you can definitely turn the subtitles on. It's with this amazing researcher of environmental law. And we're gonna talk about how law relates to nature. And we're also gonna talk about the impacts of the clothing industry for nature and for our lives. So keep tuned. I see you next week. It was so good to see you again. And I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, see you next time.